Good evening. I'm Corey Coffin. We're coming on the air with breaking news from Arizona. Our own Savannah Guthrie is out with a new video message directed toward whoever may have kidnapped her mother. Let's listen in.
We received your message and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
Now, police have been looking for Nancy Guthrie for more than a week now. She was last seen last Saturday, dropped off by family at her home in Tucson, Arizona. NBC News' Dana Griffin is on the ground in Tucson for us. And Dana, bring us up to speed on the latest in this investigation.
Yes, so Corey, the latest is last night we saw investigators return to Nancy Guthrie's home where they spent a lot of time collecting new potential evidence. There's video showing them on the roof, on the grounds, literally searching every inch of that property. Now, investigators have not revealed why they went back or if they found anything of significance, but it's important because it shows that this is still a very urgent and a very dire investigation. Investigators yesterday also confirmed a new message that was received, and they say that message was not necessarily a ransom note, but it detailed something that was critical for them to investigate. And so investigators are now trying to piece together the last movements. We heard from Circle K, one of the convenience stores in town. They put out a statement saying that investigators had come to one of their gas stations located on a road that is just maybe a few miles from Nancy Guthrie's home. We have not confirmed exactly which Circle K gas station, but the company said that they turned over surveillance video to investigators after they received a tip. Now, investigators say they have not identified a vehicle connected to this crime, nor have they identified a suspect or a person of interest. Tonight, a new message.
We received your message and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
Nancy Guthrie's family pleading for her return nearly a week after she was reported missing. Authorities overnight back at Nancy Guthrie's Tucson home. Drone video showing FBI agents searching every inch of the property, disconnecting and removing a device from the roof, and climbing up a ladder into dense vegetation. A vehicle believed to be Nancy's towed away. As renewed activity shut down roads near her home, reaction from the highest levels of government. President Trump last night on Air Force One.
We have some clues, I think, that are very strong, and I think we could have some answers coming up fairly soon.
Investigators looking for potential clues in a second note sent to the same Tucson TV station that received a ransom note through their anonymous tip line earlier this week. What was your reaction?
I did not enjoy receiving that. I did not know that we were going to be the communication platform.
Authorities have not said what's in it, if it's connected to the first note, or if either is legitimate.
There is something in there that we believe they're trying to convey. This is the same people.
I see. We know this, something that only the family would know, I'm assuming.
Something like that.
The news director sharing the latest note was not a ransom demand and did not include proof of life. NBC News asked the Pima County Sheriff if Nancy's pacemaker could prove she's alive. He said it's not definitive.
It's a tool, but I don't know that it ever will tell you she's alive or not.
Can you consult with her doctor? Sometimes
We've talked to doctors and we've talked to the pacemaker company, and all of those things are working. But my understanding is you could be deceased and that pacemaker still is working.
Now, the Guthries' agonizing wait continues for their mother.
All right, and Dana, what else did that local news director tell you?
Yeah, so this is Jessica Bobula. She is the news director for KOLD News. She told me that they received that first ransom note on Monday. They did send it to the sheriff's office immediately, but they did not put it out in the media until other stations started reporting it. And once the FBI confirmed that they had received it and that they were investigating, that's when they were willing to put that out. Now, that happened earlier this week. And then on Friday, they received a second note. Now, Jessica tells me that this came through their anonymous tip line. She says they are the only local affiliate in this market that can take email tips and you can be anonymous, but they can still track the IP addresses. Now, she went on to say that the IP addresses did not match. However, the person put in that note a detail to try to indicate that this was still the original sender of that original ransom note. They took it very seriously, obviously sent it to the investigators, and that's when we got that press release from the Pima County Sheriff's Office and the FBI saying that they are aware of a second note and that they are investigating. Now, investigators, again, at this hour have not identified a suspect nor a person of interest, but they have revealed just a timeline of how all of this unfolded. We know that Nancy Guthrie had dinner with her family Saturday evening. One of the family members at least returned her home around 9:48 p.m. and 4 hours later, around 1:47 in the morning, that's when her doorbell camera disconnects. Investigators say minutes later, about 25 minutes later, there is motion detected on that camera, but because this camera is not uploaded to the cloud, there's no subscription service, the video does not exist. And then about 15 minutes later, her Apple Watch disconnects from the pacemaker monitoring app. Now, we spoke with the investigator, our Liz Kreutz actually spoke with the Pima County Sheriff and asked, well, can you track the pacemaker? Can that tell you anything about proof of life? And he says, unfortunately, it's not definitive. So that's kind of a dead end when it comes to the pacemaker. Now, it's important to note that this is not over. There were two deadlines on the original ransom note, one for Thursday at 5 p.m., a second for Monday. As this new video comes out with Savannah once again sitting beside her siblings, saying and begging the alleged abductor to return their mother. This is the first time they are saying that they will publicly pay. This is the first time they have publicly said that they are willing to pay the ransom. The FBI said that that decision would be solely up to the family and that they would not be involved in any sort of payment, which is customary. But this is a major new shift in this case. When that payment will be made, we have not received that detail, but the hope is that Nancy Guthrie will return home despite it being several days without her life-saving medication. We know that she has mobility issues, she's got a heart condition, and that medicine is imperative. So investigators have said for several days that they are holding out hope and still believe that she is alive. Although they have not received proof of life, they also have not received evidence of anything else. So they believe that she is still out there, and this video may indicate that the Guthries also believe that she is still out there. Again, that video asking and begging the abductors to return their mother to them so that they can celebrate with her. And they go on to say, this is very valuable to us. We will pay. Corey?
And Dana, I found it interesting, Savannah's, the 7 key words from the very beginning of Savannah's message. We received your message and we understand. It does sound like there are details that they want to communicate further to whoever may have taken their mother, but cannot possibly because of the very delicate nature of this situation. But it does sound like there might be details there they cannot convey as they delicately try to reach their mother. And this just speaking about 2 messages that we have at least been able to speak with authorities about. But Dana, are authorities concerned in general about just the deluge of messages, tips, and other potential copycat notes from anybody else regarding Nancy Guthrie? And have they spoken to you about how they're able to discern what could be a legitimate tip or a legitimate message from a copycat?
Well, Corey, they have said they welcome every single tip, no matter how small. They say they investigate every single one. So while there probably may be a concern that there could be copycats, we obviously had a situation in Southern California where a guy texted Savannah's sister, Annie, and her husband demanding payment. They easily found that person. He was arraigned in court, and he could face some serious prison time for that hoax ransom note. But investigators say they want the tips, and they've encouraged the tips, not only here locally, but also the FBI, setting up their FBI tip line to receive those tips. So a lot of information has come in. They are investigating every single one. It seems like they have to do it not only here on the ground, but also in various offices around the country to vet every single one, because this has really been a major priority for them, Corey.
Okay, Dana Griffin for us live in Tucson. We appreciate it. We appreciate your reporting straight from the ground there all week. And we want to play that one more time, that plea from Savannah for you that just came out, that new video. Take a listen.
We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
If you have any information on Nancy's disappearance, please call the tip line on your screen. It is 1-800-CALL-FBI. That concludes this NBC News special report. We'll have more of this coverage here on NBC News as news breaks and online at NBCnews.com. I'm Corey Coffin. Thank you for watching.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.